Morning, everybody. Grab a cup of coffee and a donut or three, and let's do some switching. Good morning, everybody. We have built and ran these two trains, so today we're going to do yard switching. Try to get as many of both these trains built as we can. That's our focus for this operating session. Well, good morning, everybody. Actually, narrating this several days ahead of when I'm going to post it. Because I wanted to remember the reason why I made all the moves. So I actually stood there and looked at the yard and figured out where all the cars were I had to switch and sort of planned it out in my head before I started switching. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab that General Chemicals car. Remember, we're building the two outbound trains, the B&O eastbound and the B&O westbound. A temporary respite in the rain. Hopefully by the time you guys see this video, all the flooding is pretty much gone and the cleanup has begun. Again, we're okay at our house. So my wife and I drove through Louisville on Thursday, and it was really bad, the highest I've ever seen in Louisville. I am on the back porch. Road noise doesn't seem to be as bad today. May just be the way the wind's blowing the other day. All right, so we're going to take the General Chemicals covered hopper. I had to stop there for a second to throw the switch, go down to the right track, and we're going to couple it to that white tank car. And we're going to uncouple. We're going to bring that Milwaukee Road covered hopper with us and put it back where the General Chemicals covered hopper was at. I will move the camera around some. I just left it here at the beginning of the video. So the Milwaukee Road and the Chessie covered hopper go out on the same train. Now we're going to go back down to the track we were just on, pick up the Grand Trunk Western covered hopper filled with clay, and these three cars will go together. And so we will put them on the passing siding. I do hear a train coming in Norfolk Southern. I think it's a northbound. I know you can't hear him yet. Just starting to rain again. It's big drops too. Let's see, if it gets too noisy with the rain, I might have to re-record this inside. Oh, here comes Ferdinand. He did not appreciate that rain. He was out in the backyard. I'm gonna let him in. All right, so we're taking these cars to the passing siding. Rain may camouflage the train. We'll see. So the reason my wife and I were going through Louisville on Thursday is we went to Albion, Illinois to RLD Hobbies, working on a couple of G-scale locomotives for me. And I'll tell you, the flooding southwestern Indiana, Illinois is really bad. The Wabash River is 3 miles wide, according to the Weather Channel app. And there's some state parks in Indiana, southwestern part, that were closed. So we'll drop these 3 cars there. So like I said, it's northbound Norfolk Southern train. He was going for a little farm crossing. Some trains do, some trains don't. Now go head down yard track 1, and we're going to grab a couple of tank cars, I believe, are what go on the last 2 cars on the train. I wanted to put the tank cars in the middle of the train. I didn't want them next to the locomotives, because the train that's going to be picking them up will be moving left to right on the layout. That's right, we've got a gondola and a tank car. Okay. All right, so here are the 5 cars that are going on the B&O eastbound train. Now we're going to go ahead and push the train up a little bit so it's closer to the crossover, just so the road crew try to get them back on the road as soon as they can. When they do this kind of move in Chillicothe, ties up the entire town because the line runs diagonally across town, so it blocks streets in all directions. So we'll leave those 5 cars there. Now the 3 cars that are attached to the locomotive are all going on the westbound train. So I'm going to bring them back and put them on track 1. The other 2 cars on track 1 are also going on that westbound train. So we will have built both trains with the minimum amount of moves, I believe. Once again, the 2 tank cars on the end of the track, since this train is going to be moving right to left, they will not be next to the locomotives. And now we're just going to park the switcher on the adjacent yard track, get him out of the way. So next weekend we will run, first we'll run the train that's going where the cars are on the passing siding, get it out of the way, and we'll try to run both of them if we can. So everybody have a great Saturday and stay safe. So I took my wife to the Nisbet Inn for lunch in southwestern Indiana. It's a really cool old place, and the railroad ran by here, as you'll see in a second. They advertised their home of the world's coldest beer. I don't know if that's true or not, but the Shiner Bock tasted pretty good. Here's the railroad tracks. Ex-New York Center, Evansville, Mount Carmel, and Northern became New York Central, became Conrail. Hadn't been a train on it in over 40 years, but the tracks are still there. Stay safe.